Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my corner of the internet once again. My name is Jason, and today we're back with some more Shadowrun Returns. Last time we went on a run, we got some DNA evidence that we want to look up and see if we can get any information on who the crook might be. So we returned back to the Seamstresses Union, where we're going to talk to some janitors, quote unquote, to get some information and probably end up in the Matrix. So basically cyberspace. Morning. You look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action too. Yes, I was actioning last night. So you suppose I could use a shower? Where's Doc Castle? Or can either of you two do a DNA analysis on a blood sample? Well, let's ask Mr. Special Agent Janitor. Yeah, can you do a DNA analysis? Doc Castle's equipment isn't really set up for that. He considers for a minute. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It could decode DNA using a voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. He brightens. I just read a journal about it, so the information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? Well, it's pretty impressive. I didn't know that's how you could do a DNA test, but whatever. The owner's identity, obviously. That's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. Okay. But that's where I come in. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via a Matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. Give Fry the blood sample. Can I hit the three? No, I can't. Okay. I was just curious to see if I could hit the three dots. Alex X, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. If this works, I'll bring back more than just a sample. Wiz, get to work. Thanks, Guy. If this works, we may find the Emerald City Ripper. Yeah, let's let them feel like they're really part of something. Like, yeah, we're gonna take down the Ripper. No Drek? He turns to Johnny, excited. Wake up, Johnny boy. You've got work to do. And Alex X, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you at my rig, Alex. Adding the extra X to the end just seemed a little bit annoying or painful or whatever. I noticed I got 8 points of karma, so let's go ahead and see if I can't get another increase to my magical abilities before we dive into too much else here. So I got enough points for this to make ley lines visible. Now I will be able to make ley lines visible, obviously, in the Matrix because they don't exist there, but we're gonna go ahead and get that. So we're gonna go confirm. So now when we're outside the Matrix, when we're out, on a run and stuff, we can start seeing ley lines and really get, get some potent magic out there. Hopefully that's how it works. So I'm not sure. What do I do? Talk to David Fry again? You need some hardware or software? Probably neither, but I'll take a look anyways. No. Alright. So I guess we're gonna go talk to Matrix Guy. I was kind of hoping there would be a mage here so I could buy some new spells, but I guess they're kind of thinking, well, you won't need to, so there's no point. Alright, Johnny Clean. I love your name, by the way. Johnny Clean. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing let's try that again. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing system that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt. He was utilizing an unproven technique he read about in a science journal, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. That's great, Professor. What's the plan? Whatever. Or sounds fascinating. If there's time later, maybe you can tell me more about it. Ooh, that sounds a little bit too friendly. Yeah, let's go with that. Let's stay on this guy's good side. Seriously, you want to do that with janitors? Yes, maybe we could sit down with David and he can share his research. But let's stay focused. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit the Lone Star DNA database first to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives. Then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily. But I've got to warn you, once we're in, it could get a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? No experience. What now? I have a Trodnet here. It's a headband you wear that lets you piggyback me in the Matrix. You'll see and hear everything I do. Alright, now since the first time I played the game, I actually played as a Decker, so I was actually able to go in myself. But since we have no experience whatsoever, it looks like we're going to be using Johnny Clean in the Matrix. So he's got a Renracker Craftwork 1. Let's see here. I guess we can't really do anything with equipment, so we'll just have to go ahead and confirm. We'll just be like, oh, all right, well, we'll just use what he's got. Your synapses light up as you connect your consciousness to the digital world. Although you aren't jacked in like Johnny, the sensation is overwhelming and electrifying. You can only imagine the weight it feels for him. Alright, and this is the way back out. So now everything is turn-based here. That arch will take us to the next node. So basically you go through these arches and it'll take you to the next part of the Matrix. I can't remember. I think this is like an emergency out button. Jacking out will cause you to be stunned for 5 AP. Proceed. Okay, no, cancel. We don't need to do that. And if I recall correctly, this here is, this bar is an indicator for how stealthy you're being. You know, if you're being tracked, you're, you know, being logged and stuff. Right now, we're okay. We haven't alerted any security. So we've got Lone Star Data Store. The data store ahead is defended by intrusion countermeasures. Alright, now, we have to deal with these things. I can't remember how you bring up your alert mode, but anyways. Actually, I love how the program icon is basically a, like a command prompt. So what have we got? Let's familiarize ourselves with what he's got in his deck. We've got the Killer Level 1, a powerful attack program directed at one target. It does minus 75 IP damage. We can heal himself. We can heal himself. Yeah, he can heal himself. Stiffer increases your chance to hit versus enemy IC and Deckers by 15%. And reduces alarm state by 4. Ah, and that's this thing here. Okay. So we'll probably have to use this when things get a little bit too hot. Let's go ahead and try to use Killer right out of the gate. I think it does, what, 75 damage, it says? Which apparently was enough to take down about half its health. How much damage do we do normally? We do about 50, so it does about 25 points of damage, so we could drop a white IC in probably 3 hits if we hit every time. So it works the same as basically the combat in the rest of the game, except, as you can clearly see, it's, yeah, I'm gonna focus on this one. He doesn't have any defense up. This guy's got a different status on him that will reduce incoming damage, so I can do more damage if I focus fire on this guy. And it looks like he's probably a healer. Oh, no, he's like a caster inside the Matrix. Okay. Alright, so we dropped him. And he's still gonna reduce damage, but we've got to hit him, right? We got to be able to do some damage. Dang, he did 50 to us. How much health do we have? It doesn't actually tell us. Now, here we have items. I believe these are only single use. Yeah. And what this does is this will actually... I'm going to hang on to this in case I get into a tough spot. And this will create sort of a another program to work alongside me. Kind of like a party member in my pocket. What's this do? I actually don't know what that does. Do I just change my direction? What? Oh, it's Overwatch! Wait a second, there's Overwatch in this game? You know, I might be out to lunch, guys. Have I used Overwatch before? The IC is down. Let's see if there's a match for this fingerprint. I feel kind of stupid now. I'm like... I think I knew that already. Alright, so I've gone ahead and healed myself. Now we're going to run over to the data store and see if we can't get the information. DNA match located. 100% match. Arrest records database. Subject: Silas Forsberg. Status: deceased. Profession: chop shop surgical assistant. Wait a minute. Priors: breaking and entering, 2 counts. Public indecency, 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. Now, this already sort of smells a little bit fishy. Like, why do I get the feeling that this is not who we're looking for? Although Chop Shop Surgical Assistant, actually, in a way, that does sound about right, because, you know, it's somebody's been taking out organs, so someone with some experience like that could be the Ripper. But the fact that it's a status deceased, I'm wondering if it's somebody that's off the grid who's faked their own death. Not sure. 100% match to a dead man. Let's keep looking. I'm with you, Johnny Clean. Alright, so there's two different paths we can take. We can go this way or that way. And I don't remember which way we want to go, so... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use Suppression level 1. And it's going to reduce our alarm state by 4. And it's got a 6-turn cooldown. Let's try it. Wait, why does it say 3? Oh, gotta end my turn first. I don't have enough action points. I've got 2 more hits on the name Silas, whatever the last name was. Let's try this again. Wow, that actually really does not do a whole lot. That probably was not worth it. Okay, let's go down. Let's see what's down here. We have a Newsnet archive. Okay. I'm trying to find some cover. Here we go. There's some cover. And I've got 1 AP left, so let's go ahead and use our killer attack on this white IC. Every time I hear IC, I think integrated circuit. I'm not thinking like, what is it? Counter something. I don't even know what they're actually supposed to be called. Regardless, because yeah, IC. When I was growing up and I was learning about different electronics and stuff, that's the acronym that I was taught was. Let's see. White Sentry IC. I see you. Oh, I'm sorry. That was a terrible joke. And you're down. All right, let's hurry up and get this data because it looks like my alert level is going up. Newsnet 1. Return on subject Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a Chop Shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body a mass of puncture wounds, and the cause of death... Wait. According to reports, his body a mass of puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. Okay, so when they say puncture wounds, they don't mean like knife holes, they mean like needles. Okay, because I was like, yeah, because that's the way I'd commit suicide. I would like stab myself multiple times in the torso. That would work. Okay. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to his psychiatrist. That's interesting. Why do I get the feeling that... Yeah, okay. We need to go talk to the psychiatrist. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, as is far too common here in the Sprawl. Now that might be something we can go on. Let's group in meat space for a bit. Jack out of the LAN. Now I could just pull out, but I want to go check out the other direction. Let's go see what's over here. Just in case there's more information. Autopsy records. This I want to see. I'm glad that it didn't like automatically knock me out and basically say, no, you need to leave for story reasons. Ooh, you hit me. Either way, I think the approach they took with navigating the Matrix was an interesting one. It's an easy way of using an existing an existing engine and sort of framework, but giving it a different feel. It's kind of neat. So, autopsy records. Subject Silas Forsberg. Notes. Subject was found overdosed on half a dozen different sedatives. Several anti-anxiety medications were also found in his system. Face was mutilated, possibly self-inflicted. Identity could not be confirmed immediately due to the disfigurement. Had to check dental records to confirm. No next of kin. Now that I think is another interesting little detail. The fact that his face was mutilated. I think someone stole his identity. I think someone is or something. Yeah. Large puncture wounds were found in several places on the body, possibly large bore surgical needles. Body had been decomposing for several weeks before the landlord noticed the smell and called the police when no one answered the door. This just keeps getting weirder. Yeah, you said it, man. All right, let's get out of here before the, we'll say the network security, just comes after us. If I recall correctly, once that gets all the way to the end, security just starts pouring in and it ain't good. It makes your life a lot harder. All right, Mega Man. Sorry. It's jacked out, so my mind, naturally my ADHD sort of kicked in and I was thinking of, Battle Network. Sorry. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. The Newsnet says he left his estate to a psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find this doctor. You win? Give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Alright, well that's definitely what we want to do. But I am out of time for today, so, next time we're gonna go back into the Matrix and see if we can't find the medical records and track down who this guy's psychiatrist is. So we'll probably have a little bit more Matrix skipping fun next time. If you liked the video, go ahead and give it a like. If you didn't like it, then go ahead and choose the obvious choice of disliking it. Either way, let me know what you thought, and if you'd like to see more and anything, tell me what you had for lunch. I'm hungry. I'm looking for ideas. Anyways, until next time, I would like to ask you all to game on.